Good day, everyone. Bear with me as I unscriptedly share some things that I feel could benefit the upcoming 60 days of Helldivers 2 doing what it can. As you notice, I dropped in directly on top of this tank with my hellpod. It did no damage. In Helldivers 1, your hellpods were so fun at blowing stuff up. So I started with a little bit of footage from Helldivers 2. This was right before this recent update with the fire patches and the fire warbond. I just want to give you an idea as my graphics are low on my PC just so I can capture it accordingly, and I'm making this video through my phone. If you notice now, I am going to take the opportunity to bring y'all back. This is Helldivers 1 on my PC. It's not on my PS3. So as you can see, my level is very low as I give y'all a demonstration, and I also put it in 2 times the speed because I would like to respect y'all time the best I can. I just want to give you an idea of what it's like to complete an objective real quick. And if you notice, certain bad guys were you're able to distinguish who can signal the flares. That guy with the gun there. You're also able to hide behind objects, and the objects actually hid you. You were able to activate the objective, and if you weren't fast enough activating the objective, you notice that it has its own built-in timer and it's gonna close because I'm not interacting with it. This is intentional to give you guys a demonstration. I kept this clip because I wanted you guys to see how the objectives work. You notice on that one I had to actually tap the button repeatedly for it to move up the indicator. Right now I'm tapping the button very fast again. Everyone has a certain range of fire versus in part 2 where they can shoot across the map. On this one, like I said, it's a low level. You'll see it advance to where I get to a Devastator. I'm just giving you guys an idea of visually how the game interacted. And I know it's different now because this is like sky view and it's third person now. One of the key things I feel they should bring back is that radar tower you see circulating above my head. It was way better to find samples. The samples were accurately placed, so wherever the radar was, you came, boop, sample was there. And on top of that, you didn't just go to a location where it showed you like there was a sample and you just had a informational document that is of no use to anything in the game. Maybe they can use those informational documents to help a person get a key card to go and open a bunker door when you don't have anyone join your game. As we go around here, a few things that I'm gonna share with you is the way the bots interact. I'll give you a glimpse of the current bugs so you can see, just how easy of flow the game was. It was challenging, yet it was fun for me. I'm using the Tanto and the shield generator pack. The Tanto to me is similar to the hand pistol. I don't know what it's called. I don't remember what it's called now. I don't use it because it's nothing like this one from what I remember. Everyone has a certain amount of damage they can take. You can see that even though I'm using this gun that they might have wanted a patch, but since it was a PS3 game back then, you created something, and what it was is what you enjoyed until they release updates. And the updates, I have all of the Helldivers 1 expansions, and each expansion in my opinion was very good. Now observe how this Devastator interacts with me. You don't feel like you can't face him. You see how his gun swivels back and forth. It has a certain amount of range. He has his shield. My machine gun sentry does some damage. Even though he blew up and it blew up my machine gun sentry, it still had interaction. I can hide behind certain objects. They have to walk around them. They can't shoot through them. I can't shoot through them. It was very, very well developed in my opinion. And don't get me wrong, Helldivers 2 is a beautiful game. Like, especially when you have the nice graphics loaded up, and it's a beautiful, fun game. For a PvE game, they should just leave everything as it is. Let people enjoy the experience. Heck, let the modders even get involved, because I've observed some modders do some amazing things. And I'm speaking from just a person that enjoys playing good games from like early Fortnite before it became PvP and it was just save the world. And if you notice, even the hell carrier there, did you see that? You can enter from either side. from the Pelican, and you can evac from either side. You don't have to try and crawl in through the back door and bump your head or get stuck on a Pelican. You just crawled in. People would love to get there and throw like their hell bombs and nukes right before getting on the ship, or the shredder missiles. And I do recall this game being amazing. I would play it for hours even after capping out at level 50. And right now I think I'm like level 4. And see here on that objective 2, you can drop off the objective on either side. It's not just one door. I feel they have to, some suggestions would be to potentially put that same principle in, allow multiple access points to complete the objective. Just implement a lot of the simple plain principles that they did in this one and carry them over. I'm going back now to look for my robot, but I forget that once you call in a mech in this one, which is actually a really good mech, the bugs will come and attack it. And that used to be something that can, ward them off. And this is a great feature too. Like, you're able to carefully walk across this, and if you had something in your hand like a case or whatever, you drop in a hole and you just lose it, and that would be the end of that. Though this was an amazing feature. They need that. I'm wearing the all-terrain boots right now. Do you see how I'm running in the water? You're able to actually run in water without being slowed down. Yes, you still get slowed down by them, though the terrain did what it said. The all-terrain boots were for the terrain. It allowed you to cross any and every terrain at a consistent speed. The current all-terrain boots in Helldivers 2 does not do that. You still get slowed down by like barbed wire, certain depths of water, certain objects. To me, it's still not effective. In this one, I'm showing you the bug boss. This is one of the little mini bug bosses. You can see how he's gonna attack me. It's just not overbearing. He's taking his time to, size me up, and if he gets close enough, he will kill me. I'm just being wise about it based on the way I usually play. Really, I just wanted to share this with you all, because I know that Arrowhead's catching a lot of flack. I don't know what the current studio is doing. I mean, this is from 2015, and a lot's happened since then, between world pandemic type circumstances, software or hardware that they might have been utilizing to create these things. So it's not easy to navigate. In the end, I feel when something is working and functional, do your best to see what that is and flow with it. You've created great things. Even the games that you've gotten awards for, like Magica, and I know there's other games that they've done that they've probably done really well. And Helldivers 2 is one of those games. At the moment though, with all the region restrictions that's occurred through Sony or whoever's in charge of all those things, and the things that they have to deal with as developers, I know it's not easy to maintain it. I would suggest to focus on player fun, player value. Yes, things might be powered or easy, though we enjoyed the ability to kill stuff. Like right now, you can see this tentacle bug. I can't blow him up. His only vulnerable spot are his tentacles and his face. I don't remember what explosive device I had there that blew him up like that, but that was the only way I can really deal with him.
Dropping equipment.
Again, give you guys a glimpse of potential illuminate interactions. They were always rough. You could see I dropped in with them real quick and they slapped me around, destroyed me, especially that floaty bug guy. I don't know how they're going to implement that one in part 2. I didn't like them in part 1, so I know they're going to be crazy in part 2. As you can see, they'll laser you, stop you from moving. He stuns you, makes you go in reverse direction, and then that beam barrier comes out and blows you up. Thank you so much for taking the opportunity to see what things could be potentially suggested to improve this experience.